So someone emailed me. They said Ascension questions. I think the word Ascension kind of sounds weird. Makes it sound like we're all in a Dungeons and Dragons game. But I like to call it a conscious awakening, because this entire life is an awakening. This entire life is about evolving past our current level of perception, moving to a higher vibrational frequency. So yeah, ascension, I guess I don't like to use the word ascension because it completely turns off people, so I'm very careful with the words that I choose to describe something, because not that I'm trying to reach a larger audience, it's just a lot of people, when they hear the word like manifestation or ascension or something like that, they are automatically turned off to it. It's like, no, bro, we're all talking about the same thing. Anyway, this person emailed me and they said, I hope you don't mind my emailing you and asking questions related to my ascension. I don't. I said, I don't really have anyone to talk about this. I know I am going through the process of ascension because I have experienced most of the symptoms: headache, fatigue, ringing in the ears, not being able to engage with lower vibrational things, being drawn to nature, tons and tons of synchronicities, and losing relationships with former friends and family members. So my question is about a romantic relationship. I've been dating someone for a couple of months and everything seemed to be going very well. We had a date scheduled over the weekend, which we were both excited about. At the last minute, he canceled with a really lame excuse, and I haven't heard from him since. Even after I texted him, I got no response. Literally, nothing happened. On my end, anyway, that changed. This isn't the first time this has happened. Do you think it's ascension related? If so, what is it that makes a person disappear like that, where I have no indication of anything being wrong? Thanks for your input in advance. Okay, so first off, this person said, do you think it's ascension related? This entire life is ascension related, essentially, because this entire life is here for a reason. Things are happening for a reason. I believe what I'm trying to get people to understand is that spirituality, religion, conscious awakening, the Hinduism or Buddhist way of living, it's all the same thing. Honestly, I can go deeper into thinking about the Church of Satan, Satanism. It's the same thing. It's just a different avenue, but we're all on the same goddamn freeway type thing. Other people have a different path that's better aligned with the quantitative aspects that are within them, showing them different things. People placed into our life are placed into our life for a reason. That's when you hear about karmic relationships. Every relationship, every interaction is karmic. Maybe I'm still finding the right word or a new word to describe karma, but it's all placed into our life for a reason. For someone to start becoming consciously aware of their surroundings, of the fact that the outside is a reflection of the inside. For someone to start becoming aware of that, I would, peg it as like, seeing 1111 or the ones. In my angel number ebook, I talked about how the ones are a signal of you passing a level, essentially, right? Meaning you're now operating on this new system with a new perspective, a new mindset, utilizing the reference points from your past to help you now in the future. I always say that people tell on themselves a lot more than they think, or the first 30 seconds of meeting them. This person says, I know I'm going through the process of, if you know you're going through the process of ascension, then you would understand that the thing that is happening is to teach you a certain lesson about yourself. You even said it, losing relationships, former friends and family. It's not just the former. It's about the people coming into your life now too are a part of that conscious awakening. I just had to stop the camera because my roommate was talking. It's literally 5 a.m, but she was my roommate's dog was barking. And I think about how whenever I hear dogs barking, this is what I mean, that everything is there for a reason. The dog's barking is your trying to control things, interrupting, creating a distraction, teetering you off your path because you're trying to pay attention to something over there. The idea of getting on your conscious awareness journey is recognizing that you are the only one playing the game. So everybody else that comes into your field, your energetic field, is mixing and mingling it for a reason. I think about how when we ask the universe for certain things, or we decide to, fully play the game. Don't forget, life is a game. When we finally decide to do that, the universe is going to test us with contrast. When you're getting on a spiritual awakening, what is the value in that? What is the purpose of that? It's to in tune with yourself, to get in tune with yourself, integrate the self. A lot of the times when we're going through moments like that, you are recognizing what's happening within your body. So now match the mind. The mind needs to go into moments of introspection, quietness, alone time. You can't do that alone time with someone yapping in your ear in the back end. You also can't take everybody with you, because going back to thinking about that all relationships are karmic cycles meant to teach us a lesson, meant to show us something about ourselves, whether it be an aspect that we want to amplify or an aspect that we need to get rid of. Right there in the fact that you, and I'm going to always be here, but I'm going to also be blunt, reaching out, why is this, why is this, why is this? On a conscious awareness journey, we understand why things happen. We understand that it's happening for a reason, where when we're asking ourselves these questions, we don't first reach out to anybody else, we reach within. So the fact that you haven't reached within, I'm not saying that you haven't, but you wouldn't be here asking me this question because you'd know where to go first to understand. Possibly it's an issue of codependency, or understanding where you're reaching out to first, or if romance is the thing that you want. Immediately, I always tell people, it's going to have to, there's a gnat in my room, but a gnat represents changing your perspective. Stop woe is me. Okay, something outside of you happened. Okay, turn within you. You said nothing happened. Okay, so if nothing happened, then let it go. Let it go. Because most times no response is essentially this initiation. Seeing if you'll do differently. And where you find yourself going in a constant cycle, in a circle, that's your automatic, I always say that's your green flag of stepping into observer mode and being like, why do I find myself following this thought? This is when you take the moment to step into observer mode, to connect to your higher self, to handle that thought. Why is this happening? What is this moment trying to teach me? How can I move forward before reaching out to somebody else? Why do I feel the need to single out the fact that I'm losing relationships? Are you losing relationships? Or are you learning now how to operate in your truth and your authenticity? And some people cannot handle that, so the universe just moves them out of your way because they become blockages for your own abundance, for your own growth. Can't take everybody with you where you're going. There's going to be people who are for you who are not going to have your mind going on a will, leaving you unresponsive or whatever. But when you're on this journey, you become okay with loss. You become okay with experiencing people for a certain amount of time. Because once again, it comes back to life is a lesson. When it comes to love, I want to end it here. When it comes to love, I always tell people love is a sacred source. We have that within us. That is our heart chakra. Operating from a place of your heart chakra to manipulate energy, that heart chakra energy, you are creating an interpretation of that passion, of that love. But that love is essentially wasted when it's going towards one person, one thing. Love is the source of all. When I say sacred source, I'm talking about God, the universe, the Big Bang. Why do you think love is so addicting? So, has you emailing people, strangers on the internet, whatever. And I don't want to deter anybody off from doing this. It's 5:02 in the morning, 5:02 a.m. That's my birthday. That's my birth time, my angel number, my destiny, my intention in this lifetime. Whenever I ask people, what's your 5:02? When I get consultations, why are you here? What's the intention that you're going to have to that last dying breath that you don't need anybody for? My mouth is dry right now. I'm tapping out, but I posted on Instagram. I was talking about how the material for the final product is just you. It's about the process of getting there. Understanding that we learn from contrast. When we want something, the universe is going to have us do the correct opposite. If you're just now beginning your journey, understand what the fuck that journey is. Alone time, introspection. I was talking to my roommate. She says the same thing, Yemane. Nobody wants to be alone. Because when you're alone, you gotta face your fears, your trials and tribulations, your sufferings head on. Not everybody wants to recognize that they are the reason for where they are. But that's when you start to be and live in your authentic self, you attract people energetically. This life right here, the illusion, paying too much attention to what you see is going to cause confusion. I've been watching Grease. This is a life of illusion. Pack up your troubles, laced with confusion. We got a problem and a fear. Life is all about trying. When you find yourself caught up, it'll always be you. And sometimes when nothing happened, in all caps he said, nothing happened on my end. Okay, boom. You have to understand that they're also their own entity. They also got their own karmic lessons going on. We don't have control over everybody else. I can't go, not that I can't go, but these are practices for me to understand how to talk to people. Obviously, when I'm looking at somebody's energy, their birth chart, I can go a little deeper and be like, well, do you think it's because of this, that, and that? Do I think? Yes, I know. That's what your birth chart is, quantitative aspects. When you can understand yourself, you know how you operate, you know and can recognize the lessons. That's the Chiron placement I always talk about. Life is going to keep happening, but this is when I say stop raw dogging life. Okay, this video is too long, but I hope that makes sense. Introspection is alone time. When you are entering into ascension, to gain more wisdom, you have to work on your body as a conductor. Going back to my first Ask Yemane, I believe. You have to strengthen the body so that it can hold more love, more feeling, more emotion for not only you, but somebody else. Where you are right now, you might be wanting something else, but the mind is not bound by time. The mind can attach itself to any moment, but the body is bound by time. That's why you get tired, even though sometimes you want to do a million different things. Take the time to integrate the higher self, the divinity, God, whatever the fuck your faith is. My name is Yemane. It means faith. I like to have that. That's my affirmation for believing in myself. Just being me. but you have to spend time on it so that the body, time is the thing that creates realities. You have to spend time on it so that the body can match up with the mind, and then you can attract things together, not from a place of half-assery. That's why actions speak louder than words, than thoughts. Thoughts do create our reality, but thoughts need motion behind it. My pinned video on TikTok, the importance of motion. We can think all the fuck we want, but it's about action. When people's actions speak louder than words, you act accordingly. 11:01 on the clock, which is 11:11. Hermit mode card is number 9, connecting to the Mars planet. Mars, planet of aggression, of energy, though, you know, how you move. Hermit mode is number 9. How you move now? I'm hearing the sound of silence. You move in silence. You be quiet. You shut the fuck up. You shut off the world. You only let people in that are for you, that will help you to grow. When people find, when you catch yourself going on a cycle around people, tune into how your body feels around others. Tune into who pulls you out of the present moment and who keeps you in it.